Okay, Kindle publishers, I want to introduce you to a new course that's come out by a young guy called Sean, called the Self-Publishing Success System. It is very, very well made. There was a little bit of controversy over this because of some of the strategies that he suggests during the training, but I know that he made changes on the basis of some of the feedback he got. Your man is quite a humble-hearted guy in many ways, I think, and I only just had opportunity now to take a look through the training. Obviously, I wanted to take a proper look through, having heard that there were some bits and pieces in there that maybe weren't quite as kosher as they should be in regard to Amazon's terms of services. But don't worry, I'm going to flag up a couple of those things just so you know what to look out for and how to kind of eat the meat and spit out the bones. I did want to just throw out a recommendation for this system though, because it is actually extremely well made. Sean has really put himself right out there and produced probably one of the most comprehensive and well made trainings for just a basic system for Kindle self-publishing, category research, etc. That you're going to find anywhere, really. In the first, there are two main areas of training here. Sean is very into the mindset. Okay, so there's a whole slew of videos where he talks about having the right mindset, some of the principles that he puts into use to get his mindset online, to get into an abundance mindset as opposed to a lack mindset, removing inner barriers to wealth and prosperity, moving from good to great, the law of compensation, etc. So there's some training on the thinking and the principles, the heart principles behind having a mindset that will move towards your financial goals instead of really sabotaging those goals. And some of the stuff in there, I know some people kind of shy away from this kind of training, but it's actually very, very, some of it's very, very good. There's a lot of stuff in there about productivity, developing the right habits in your life so you actually move forward with your goals and don't waste time, don't waste your energies, don't waste your focus, but really begin to apply what you learn on a consistent basis. Apply some mindset adjustments. They're going to help you reach your goals. And they've clearly helped him because he's making really good progress in his Kindle publishing business. And so a lot of that's covered in the inner game side of things. So if that's something that you want to address, there's some good stuff in there. This is not just kind of step 1, 2, 3 of the practicalities of publishing to Kindle and making money on Kindle. There's some of the foundational thinking behind it as well, and the attitudes that are going to help you move forward in your business, okay, and in your personal life. Strategies, okay, so this side of things, this is where we get into the practicalities of the system that Sean himself is using to make multiple thousands of dollars every month in his Kindle publishing business. Okay, now the first module, the introductory module, covers a number of things. He covers the idea of passion or profit. Okay, so finding the balance between publishing just because you're passionate about something, but the importance of finding profitable ways to do that. So you can publish books about your passion till the cows come home, but if there isn't a ready market for it, it's not going to make you money. Equally, you can publish just to make money, but that soon dries up. There's not a lot of motivation behind that. If you're not kind of money motivated, and money in itself isn't a motivation for you, that the impetus behind that soon dries up. So he covers those two things, obviously what we're looking for is to be able to bring those two together, find things that we are passionate about or find things that we're interested about, and then find ways in which we can market to others who are interested in buying books in those kind of subjects. Okay, so there's some good, interesting videos, some foundational videos in that. He then goes into, in this part of the course, finding good keywords. Okay, so how to find the keywords that are going to work for you, where to go to find those keywords. So he talks about not just researching on Amazon itself, but going to places like, the Dummies Guides website, Creative Live, Udemy, and how to dig into those outside of Amazon places as well as Amazon to find the kind of subjects that people are demanding information about, and then how you can then deliver that information to them. Okay, there's some stuff about outsourcing, how to outsource, and how to some of the best practices for outsourcing the book creation, cover creation, etc. And so let's just move on. Okay, so this kind of lays the foundation, this initial module. We then go into module 2. Okay, now in module 2, he goes into speak about the defining your goals, clearly defining your goals. Again, the passion or profit side of things and finding the balance between those. Fiction or non-fiction, talking about developing non-fiction books of between 8,000 and 10,000 words. Looking at spending on average about $160 per book to outsource the writing of those books, and then looking at fiction, short story fiction, 8,000 to 10,000 words, possibly more, and looking to get series of fiction books written at between $300-400 or $200 and $400. Okay, now I think that Sean probably is more well versed in non-fiction. That certainly comes across as more authoritative when he's talking in the training, that non-fiction is really where this training shines out, but obviously it can also be applied to fiction categories if that's where you want to move into. Then on to module 3. Okay, so module 3, discovering profitable niches. Okay, now for me, this was probably one of the best parts of the training. He talks about let's just go through to one of the videos, not necessarily to watch it, but just so you can see it's a very nice, clean setup here. You've got your chapter markers down here, your video chapter markers down the side here. You've got each of your videos, and you can just work your way through them in whatever way you want. Click here and it'll take you to the next video in that series. He very much recommends utilizing software like Kindle Spy to speed up your research process. But like I say, this is very, very, very good training on finding profitable niches. He talks about keyword research on and off Amazon. He talks about category and rank research, and how to model your books on books that are presently very popular and selling well within the Amazon store. He talks about book research on Amazon and how to look at the sales rank and the prices of that. And he utilizes Kindle Spy software to do that quickly, although it can be done manually. Kindle Spy is definitely something well worth investing in, and is going to speed up the process here for you incredibly. Okay, so how to then determine the relevance of specific keywords so you can be sure that the information that you're gathering here is relevant to the market that you want to sell to. and he just walks you through creating, then looking at this research, and then specifically encourages you to take two potentially profitable niches and keywords, and to take that as your goal to publish those first two potentially profitable books. Now, Sean has obviously leveraged this. There's a lot in the training that makes it very clear that he is running this as a business big time. Do you mean this is not just a hobby anymore? The majority of his work is outsourced to other people, and he just acts as the CEO, overseeing the publishing of many, many books into many different niches. Okay. But, we all start somewhere. And so he encourages us, start just with 2 books and then begin to leverage that, begin to multiply that. Okay. So then we go into module 4. Okay, so let's go back here. Module 4. Module 4, he talks about outlining for non-fiction books. Like I say, probably the strongest emphasis in the training is for non-fiction and how to create those outlines for non-fiction. As you may have already heard in other training that you've previously looked at, one of the main suggestions that he makes is you go into the currently best-selling books in a particular niche, look at the tables of contents within those books, look at some of the titles of those books, and begin to pull your ideas from there to build out potentially what you could have as chapter headings for the books that you want to create to meet that need and to meet that market. Okay, so he then goes into some of the ways that he goes about finding the kinds of writers and some of the price points that he puts out there on sites like Odesk or Elance to actually get his books created. And just some information on editing and packaging your books and how to then stay organized, particularly if you're publishing a lot of books. Like I say, clearly Sean himself is publishing a lot of books each week and each month. And so he shares some of the tactics that he uses to keep track of the different freelancers that he's working with, the ghostwriters, and what stage any given book is at in the process of being written, published, and marketed. Okay, so that's module 4. We then come to Module 5. Module 5 really does go into much more depth as to how to stay on top of outsourcing your work, building your team of ghostwriters and working with them, okay, and how to allow them to access your KDP account without giving anything away, how to leverage G Drive to stay on top of your workload, etc. So module 5 really is for is of great interest if you're already at a place where you're doing a lot of outsourcing and you've got a lot of things that you're having to keep on top of. Okay, a lot of different books that are being published, and you want to make sure you stay productive, make sure you stay well on top of all of the different demands that are coming your way so nothing falls through the cracks. This is a great module for that. You may not be there yet, but certainly if you follow these strategies, there'll come a point where you are, and you may want to come back here to module 5 to just revise and see how you can put some of that to use. Okay, module 6 is just basic information about creating descriptions and creating covers that sell. Okay. This is basic information, but helpful, particularly if you've not done this before, and just a timely reminder if you are already in the Kindle publishing arena, you're already out there doing your stuff, or the importance of creating great cover art, where you can get that done, how you can outsource it. And then some information on how Sean himself goes about looking to craft descriptions that will sell the books that he's putting out there. Okay, so that's Module 6, a very short module there. Module 7 is largely about actually just setting up your books, okay, in Kindle. So everything from the initial setting up of your KDP account and your tax forms, okay, and then through to actually publishing to Kindle. Again, he talks about organizing it. He talks about setting up the right keywords, making sure you've got the right keywords, seeding your author name again with keywords, and then finding ways to find more profitable keywords that you can utilize, because within the Kindle setup, you can actually add 6 or 7 keywords when you set up your book. And how you can do that, how you can utilize those in your descriptions, in your titles, and in the keywords for your book. And then just coming back, double checking, and then finally submitting your book for publication to Kindle. Okay, so it's a basic walkthrough. There's some more in-depth stuff when it comes to the keyword side of things and your author names, etc., and setting up your author descriptions. So that's Module 7. Module 8, we come into getting reviews. Now, this is where some of the problems arose when some friends of mine were reviewing his suggestions. He did initially suggest that you pay to get Amazon reviews, which is a big no-no with Amazon. He did change that video, although what I found throughout the training is there are a few suggestions actually that are a little concerning, okay? And just to bear this in mind, there's suggestion that he has more than one Amazon account. Now, you are only allowed one Amazon KDP account under your personal Amazon account, okay? If you have more than one, you could easily find yourself banned by Amazon and have your business shut down in the twinkling of an Amazon eye, okay? So he does cover this in Module 10, where he talks about how it's possible to have more than one account if you've got incorporated companies. You can have one personal Amazon account with KDP, and then have incorporated companies that have their own Amazon accounts, okay? That is within Amazon's terms of service, but he doesn't actually flag this up until right up until Module 10. Okay, whereas it's suggested right there in the introductory module. So do be careful. Just have one KDP account. If you do have a business account, an incorporated company, you can set up another account under that. But certainly don't go setting up multiple Amazon accounts for different niches, etc. You can cover a lot of niches within one Amazon account and have different pen names for those various books and various niches. So you can actually just have that one account and very adequately manage your books under that one account. And that's the safest thing to do to stay within Amazon's terms of service. He also suggested initially that you can pay for reviews. There are again some kind of residual suggestions within some other videos where he talks about this. Just don't do that. Don't ever pay for reviews, okay? There are legitimate ways to get reviews, and he covers some of those too, and you're better off just staying with those. Steps for free promos and sales maintenance and pulsing sales. What he covers in these videos are really setting up your promos for the most exposure and to get as many downloads as you can, and then to get as many sales afterwards. Some stuff that many of us have probably heard before, you know, setting your prices so it looks like you're giving away a lot more, and you know, just the pricing structure for your books during your free promos. He then talks about this pulsing sales, and basically what he talks about here is for each book, setting it up so each month you've got a free promo, possibly a reduced price. Within Amazon KDP, you can set it up so it reduces the price for a period of time, and then maybe even a paid Amazon ad. So you pulse those for each of your books, and how you can stay on top of that, how you can organize that to make sure that your books continue to get exposure and get sales. He also covers in the next module. So if we go to module 9, okay, so he covers again the pulsing promo idea, Facebook ads, and how he uses and utilizes and leverages Facebook to advertise his books. There's just some good practical information in in that video. How to increase your sales by bringing a number of your titles together into box sets. Okay, so combining your books into box sets and how that can leverage sales troubleshooting. So looking at how, if your books aren't selling as well as you would like, how you can go about troubleshooting that, how you can make some changes that will help to change that. Collecting leads and building an email list. Okay, ways in which you can do that. So you've then got a list that you can send out to, okay, and get future sales for future books, something that any of us who is doing this would highly recommend. And then how to actually have Amazon email their customer list and promote your books. This is a very interesting tactic and one that I've never seen before, but it basically works on the basis of if you make significant improvements to your books, you can actually then request that Amazon email any customers who have purchased your book in the past to alert them to the fact that you've updated the book, you've improved the book, you've added content to the book, etc., and just get your book again in front of more people. And then we've all heard this saying, take imperfect action right now. Don't wait until everything's perfect. Just move forward with your business, move forward with your publishing, and you can kind of steer that vehicle once it's moving. So this is actually quite an interesting module, and one that will definitely have some helpful information for you. Oftentimes for us as writers and publishers, we love the creative process of publishing the book, but unless we become great marketers of the book, we're not going to become bestsellers of our books either. We have to have both of those strings in our bow, and so module 9 is going to help you with that, I believe. Module 10 goes through some of the top mistakes that people often make in their publishing journey. Okay, so and each video covers a number of those mistakes, like self-doubt, fear, disbelief in the method, etc. So some mindset stuff, selecting wrong keywords, bad covers, getting discouraged by negative reviews, temptation to move into other business models because things aren't working as quickly as you can, not having a mastermind group, not having people that you can learn from, and obviously that you can then also teach. You need to have both. You need to be both mentoring people and helping other people and being helped yourself, and I do believe in that principle very much. Not knowing exactly how much money you need, not knowing how much it's going to cost to actually put in to create the kind of books you want to, getting overwhelmed, not having systems, poor quality of content, lack of patience, and so on. So there's a lot of different things that he covers here that you can kind of check off and see, look, do I need to make some adjustments in these areas so I can increase my so I can increase my success, so I can increase and invest in the things that are working, and so I can minimize the things that are sabotaging my success. Okay, so there's just some things in there that are definitely worth just going through those videos at least once, just to grasp a hold of a few areas which you can just will help you be more productive and more successful in what you're doing. There are also a few bonuses in here, some success routines that he talks about, and he's obviously has learned to be very disciplined with his time, and he shares some of those ways in which he disciplines his time. So he spends the majority of his time investing in highly valuable practices, and it is putting his energy and attention in the things that are producing the most results, and how to then kind of take the things that are not producing the most results, or some of the mundanities of running a publishing business, and how to effectively outsource those, so your own energy, your own focus, and your own productivity is really put to the best use. He's got weekly planning checklists and things like that. Very useful. I would have liked to have seen maybe some downloadable PDFs that would be helpful. I don't see them here. It would be great, because he mentions some of the different ways in which he does things, to just have some downloadable PDFs that you would be able to download, print out, put to use. Unfortunately, those things aren't there. You'd have to create them yourself. Maybe they'll be added later. I certainly hope so. Overall, I would say that this is probably one of the most comprehensive systems that you'll find anywhere. The training is very, very good. There are a few areas where Sean crosses the line into some areas that we would suggest certainly you don't, like paying for reviews. Although he did change that video, there's still some kind of shrapnel of it in other videos. Having more than one Amazon account, not necessarily a good idea unless you've got some incorporated companies that you can open those accounts up on behalf of. But generally, for what you are paying for this system, for what you're going to learn, this is some of the best information you're going to find anywhere. Sean himself is clearly a very passionate man. He has come from nothing to really having great success, okay? And there's a Facebook group that you can join. I am absolutely convinced, just from the persona that Sean exudes here, he's going to be very active in there, helping people out, answering questions, and looking to help you leverage your time, your money, leverage your ideas, and see some of the success that he's enjoying himself. I would definitely recommend jumping on board. It doesn't matter what stage you are at in your publishing business. I'm sure that you're going to find something in here that is valuable, even if it's just a reminder, even if it's just a checkup that puts you back on course, and you think, oh man, yeah, I need to just go back and revisit some of these things. It's going to be in here. Some of the inner game training, okay, some of the mindset training. Again, some people kind of choke on this kind of stuff, but there is some good things in there that are going to help you get your thinking in line with your goals, and really help you to get your thinking in line with the kind of destination that you want to go to, because our thinking can sometimes sabotage where we want to go to, and we need to just consistently apply ourselves, not just in the practical but also in the mental and spiritual side of things, so we can have all three working together and pushing forward for our best success. That's a self-publishing success system. Definitely recommend that you take a look. There's some great stuff in there. Sean himself is very sincere and has put so much work into producing a very clean and very actionable training, and something that you will come back to, I'm sure, and refer to again and again. It's a great reference for your Kindle publishing business. So there you go. There you go. Self-publishing success system. You've seen what's inside. Check it out.